let's do a little calibration. So if you don't know what a temp tower is, per my last video there talking about that, it is a tower that you slice in your slicer. You'll notice here that it says 220, 215, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. You slice your file, and then you go over here to the bar on the right, and you drop it down to the layer you want. So you right click on that plus, go add custom G code, and for your temperature you would type in capital M109, which is the G code for your hot end, and then S, in this case we're doing 195 for the temperature in Celsius, and then you click OK. This Elegoo does say printing temp 220 to 190, so we're going to test that. Slice that, send it over to your printer. As it's printing, it's going to automatically change the temperatures for those layers. In this case, we're starting off at 220 on this temp tower. Once you got it loaded in there, it's going to come up to temperature and it'll start printing. Also, for those of you that keep your screen like that, why? That's weird to have to come around the side to see it. You know that moves up, right? So we're going to climb up to 220. And then it should start to print. The important bit of this is kind of towards the top of that section, because you're building an overhang and then a bridge and a couple other things for stringing and stuff on this model that aren't really as important. But it'll climb up to that 220 and then drop down 5 degrees and build the next layer and then drop down 5 degrees. Shouldn't take more than like 30 minutes or so to print this tower, so it's not too bad. This model has a few different shapes on the structure there to kind of give you an idea of how it's going to behave at certain temperatures with different types of overhangs. Getting some bridging going in there. This printer has always impressed me with its ability to go pretty far. Obviously 220 is a little hot at normal speed. Any second now that bridge is going to pop right across there. There she goes. Ooh. Nope. Another fail, didn't catch. Looks like 205 is the winner in the bridging game. It's the first one to not have stuff hanging below it. So we know that the M109 G code works in bamboo slicer, same way that it worked in Prusa slicer, same way sort of that it works in the post-processing bilayer experimental in Cura, but that works. So let's let that tower finish. Bring it forward. Nice. The bed's still a little hot. So that has all the overhangs. Those don't look too bad. The bridging's not perfect, but anything above 205 is decent. I'd say the overhangs there are pretty good. Looks like there's a little bit on the 195 there, but I think I'm going to stick that at 205 and try that print again. To get to that information, you would click on the little edit button on the end of your filament. That brings up this menu, and we're going to try that at 200 for all of the layers and print this again. So you save that filament profile, give it a name. I gave mine a Elegoo PLA as the name, so I know that it was the Elegoo PLA and not the Rapid PLA. And we're going to print it. Maybe the third time will be the charm. And if that prints right, we're going to do this one too. I'm going to go hit the thrift stores in the morning, see if I can liberate some clockworks out of a few old clocks that were donated, and maybe save a little money on this endeavor. Anywhere I can cut a corner and save a dime, I guess, especially when it's just for my collection.